Doja Cat just announced that she's in a recovery period for cosmetic surgery. And when fans guessed what she got done, they said, your boobs are bigger, aren't they? And she said, nope, they're smaller. She got a breast reduction and told everyone that her new size is 32C, even though no one asked.
She's like, well, don't you want to know?
And she also announced that she got lipo in her thighs. And this is just bizarre to me because I think she looked fine before.
Yeah, she looked fine. I mean, eyebrows notwithstanding.
Yeah, the eyebrows, they grow back.
Yeah.
The fat in your thighs, it will not grow back once you mechanically suck it out.
Yeah. It's a dang shame. Like, I don't know if you've seen the music video Moo that she did.
Yeah.
That's
I
like
mean, it's funny because she literally blew up on the internet from having her tits out on camera.
Yeah.
And then now she's getting a breast reduction. It's kind of ironic.
I've noticed her she has like kind of let herself go though, like as she rose to stardom, which I think a lot of people do.
Only in ways that can be reversed. Like she's shaved her head, she's shaved her eyebrows, started doing her makeup all weird, but she's still an attractive woman. She just does everything she possibly can to look less attractive.
Reminds me of like those weird.
Why do you think that is?
I think just celebrities, like Hollywood really like messes with people's sense of self, and she just has a strange relationship to her body image.
I wonder if it's just like you see yourself on like on a camera like reflected back at you that often, you're not going to be able to escape that.
No one can handle that, really.
I literally like when I'm editing clips of this, I don't look at me like or the video like if I don't have to ever. Like I don't want to look at myself in that way. Like I don't want to develop.
It's not natural.
Yeah, like I don't want to develop any more of a complex than I already have about the way I look.
It seems like
I'm fine with my current level of body dysmorphia. Thank you very much.
Her tweet said, "Got my titties done and my beep bedazzled." You can guess what that censored word was. Yes. I'm not going to say it on the show.
Rightfully so.
But yeah, it's just like, I don't think this should be immediately met with a bunch of praise. Yeah. Like it is.
Well, she's probably doing it for health reasons.
No.
Like, not because they're just, she wanted to be lighter.
She just said, she tweeted like back in November, I just, want to pull them up because my shirts aren't fitting the way that I want them to. So it wasn't a health issue at all. People are just reflexively praising any cosmetic surgery or intervention because that's what we've been trained to do, even and especially in regard to gender like affirmation stuff. But another story I saw in contrast to this. Now, by the way, I think Doja Cat announced this because she has an album coming out called Hellmouth.
And they always have to announce stuff when there's a new album coming out. A new form of abuse has just befell them, like as soon as they have an album coming out or a book coming out.
It could be a method acting thing, because remember when The Weeknd was coming out with his album, he wore like the like car accident makeup and stuff for like, he was going around public. He was like method acting with it, with like the big face wrap and stitches and stuff. And that was all to promote like this character he was developing in this new album. It's like an actual story he's telling. So it could be something like that where she's just like going completely over the top in this weird character that she's in.
Yeah, I don't know. I just never thought Doja Cat was that creative.
I would go with the word nuts, but I understand.
Her online presence is like worrying. She just seems like someone who can't handle having an online presence very well. But another story here, in contrast, is that Blac Chyna has completely documented the process she's going through of reversing all of her cosmetic procedures. Good. So she is warning women not to get the procedures she has gotten because they're literally dangerous. She's talking about silicone injections that she's gotten in her butt, and they literally can cause an autoimmune response that makes your body start killing itself and attacking itself.
Yep.
And it can literally like cause death and serious illness at a very young age. She said she got this when she was 19, which is super young. And now she's tired of it. It's obviously not flattering, which is like kudos to her for even realizing that, because a lot of people who go too far with these cosmetic procedures, they lose sight of what they actually look like and don't realize how bad it looks to everyone else.
I feel really bad for a lot of these women that have to be involved in industry that's basically going to create a form of body dysmorphia for all of them. Like, it's very difficult to escape
maybe
that.
It's just a different type of it supplanting what we have now. So yeah, like having the BBL look is going out of style, and now people will just want to be skinny again, which I guess is preferable because it's not something you need to go under the knife for.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be a type of body that's in fashion.
Well, I think people are realizing too that being overly big and having like, because like even if she was in shape, like you're adding how much weight with these, you know, injections and everything. So it's just like, yo, it's like, why are you making yourself uncomfortable? Who are you impressing?
It
you
literally
know?
looks painful.
Yeah. And it's like, it's the dumbest thing because a lot of this stuff is irreversible. Yes, you can get it removed, but you cannot go back to the way it was before.
Your skin has still been like stretched, and there are permanent.
And I don't know why it's controversial to say, hold up, pump the brakes. Let's just not cut and mutilate bodies. You know, like it should like. Be comfortable with who you are, embrace hard work. Diets suck, eating healthy sucks, working out sucks, but you have to do it.
That's the crazy part though. Like they don't want to look how they would look ideally if they had a proper diet and exercise routine. They want to look how it's impossible for anyone to naturally look.
Yeah.
So you can only go to surgery for that at the end of the day. So now they have like mechanically sucked out the silicone from her butt. And she said that this procedure takes 4 hours ordinarily. Oh. It took them 8.5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
For hers, because she's an extreme case. Yep. But it's no joke. Like you can get sick and die from having silicone in your body, including breast implants. Like it's a common thing.
You guys know Jazz Jennings?
Yeah.
I just saw a clip where, because of the surgery that she got, her mom has to like apply this type of cream or medicine every day, or the surgery is going to like start to heal and close up. And it's like, how much money? And the mom's upset over this. And she realizes, she's like, she won't let me. I don't know what's going to happen when she goes off to college and she doesn't take her medicine. Because mom's like, I spent $10,000 on something and I'm not getting the results I'm looking for. You know, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Her mom said that?
Her mom, like, that's the sentiment. She's like, we spent all this money. I'm not letting the wound heal, essentially.
Okay, Munchausen's by proxy.
Yeah. So
what a psycho.
And I know that's a little bit different
than like
beauty
paying for your kids'
but
college is paying for your kids' gender reassignment.
But it's not just that. It's not just gender, because I don't want it to just become like a conversation about the gender stuff. It's also like 18-year-olds getting nose jobs.
Yeah, it's more than that though, because Bella Hadid said she got a nose job at 14.
Yeah.
14? That doesn't even sound like it should be legal.
Parents, if you're letting your kids cut flesh off their body, you're evil.
No matter what the stated reason is.
Yeah, like the only time, like there's exceptions to the rule. Some people have terrible noses and they can't breathe, so they'll get nose surgery. That's not a nose job. Very different, you know?
Well, often people will
some people get Botox
it corrected and then like get a cosmetic addition to it at the same time.
Right. Some people get Botox because they have migraines, you know, and it's been proven to work. But it's like those are so far and few between, you know, those are the exceptions to the rule. Like the elective surgeries need to end, you know, they need to.
Yeah. So another thing she's doing
I mean, I don't know about that. It's their choice to do it, but it's not healthy.
I disagree. I think as a culture, we're embracing that it's okay to mutilate yourself.
Totally. Yeah.
I think that's wrong. We need to change that.
It's like part of the whole like disembodiment thing. Like we're not connected to our own bodies anymore.
Yeah.
I saw this this tweet that asked like, okay, pro-lifers, if there were a way to remove a fetus from the womb and put it in an artificial womb safely, then would you agree to that proposal if it were an option? And I voted no, because it's like I shouldn't need to like further normalize our like disconnect between procreation and the human body, you know. But that's another thing.
Right.
She also, Blac Chyna has documented that she is getting all of the filler in her face dissolved as well. She had it in her jawline and her cheekbones really big, like, and lips obviously too. I'm sure there's Botox too. Like, she just said that she's tired of looking this way. She thinks it's not flattering, and she was losing a sense for how she actually looked. She feels like she outgrew it. Yeah, she said even when I would get my makeup done, they would contour it so it would be even more dramatic. So I'd be looking like Jigsaw. And it's like, damn, I thought that only other people noticed that you looked like that. I thought you thought it looked good, but I don't know how, but she woke up to the fact that it looks terrible. Yeah. And I think this needs to happen more often. Everyone is like kind of hopping on the train of reversing these things, these interventions. And she filmed a video with her doctor after the fact, and he said, like, yeah, I'm seeing a lot more people come in to get these things reversed, BBLs reversed, silicone injections reversed, fillers dissolved, etc., because they're realizing they didn't want to be seen this way. Like, it's literally portraying an overly sexualized version of yourself, like a caricature.
Yeah, and it's like there's so many things you can do where you're not doing. Like, I just saw another video of, like, there's this spa or something in Korea, and they will find your perfect color. So they spend like 2 hours, and they have lights, they have a mirror, and they put, you know, this color over your like around your neck, and see what makes you look the best. Like multiple shades of green, multiple shades of blue. They go through all of it for clothing.
Okay, for clothing. Okay.
Right, but what I'm saying is, like, you can make yourself look drastically different with the right clothing. You know, with fitting clothes, with working out, right? The right diet. It's like you can achieve different looks doing that. You don't need to go into the knife, you know? And I'm glad though that Blac Chyna, like, I'm glad that there's this movement to reverse this, but just know, like, it's not I don't even like that term, reversing it, because are you truly reversing, going back to what you were before?
There's no way to go back completely.
Right. So it's like almost, I don't like the way they're spinning this. Like, it's like, oh, if you get it done, you can just get it undone. Not really.
Yeah,
you know?
A lot of these things are not reversible for a lot of people. The effects will stay there. You're not going to look how you would have looked if you had never gotten the procedure in the first place. Just the reality. I even saw Jeffree Star talk about this.
What did he say?
He said that he got silicone injections in his lips when he was younger because he didn't know that it was bad to do that. Yeah. And now, like, had to get these bits of silicone surgically removed from his lips because they settle and they move and they degrade inside you and then, like, separate. And it's permanent stuff. It's not stuff like, that just like.
I'm just thinking, like, how is he supposed to eat?
Disappears.
After that surgery,
exactly.
You know.
And even when you get the Juvederm, the supposedly, like, non-permanent things, it still moves away from where they originally injected it and basically goes out around your lips.
Mouth, yeah.
So you look like a sex doll. Like, you don't look like a person anymore. And clearly, like, a lot of people who get these procedures just totally lose sight of what they look like, because to everyone else it's like, yikes, like, you need to stop, and then they just keep going and going and going. There are so many extreme examples of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think this says about the culture as far as change right now? Is this a sign of a greater cultural shift, or is this simply a few isolated cases?
We were, like, calling it de-bimboification before the show started.
Yep. Well, there's the one girl who had the giant uniboob because one of them popped, had to have them removed because of
mono boob or uniboob, whatever you prefer to call it.
As much as I'd hope this is, like, the start of a culture shift, I don't think it is. I think this is Blac Chyna's 34 years old. I think she's matured and she's grown up a lot, and she's realized this was stupid. Jeffree Star is older. Yeah, I think he might be even in his 40s, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not, but I think this is just people, influencers, entertainers growing up. I don't know if there's, like, Doja Cat, like.
Doja Cat didn't have initial surgery. She just had her natural breast size reduced.
Right. Doja Cat, you know, I don't know. Like, to me, Doja Cat's just inspiring kids to go into the knife. It's not saying don't do this, you know? And Blac Chyna's like, oh, I should have never done it. Big regret, big mistake. But I don't know if kids are going to hear that message. Who are they going to relate to? 34-year-old Blac Chyna or 27-year-old Doja Cat.
Why are the only options now to go under the knife to become a gender neutral blob, or to go under the knife and become a sex doll?
Yeah.
Like, why have we gotten to this point? It's very disheartening. And then we see all of these scaremongering articles about how we can't possibly return back to heroin chic, God forbid, anything but that. And all that was just, you know, people going on restricted diets to be skinny. I mean, that's so harmless compared to looking like a queen ant.
Yeah.
Like, there are things that are normalized now that you can only get from surgery.
There's more money to be made from the pharmaceutical industry that can push the surgery.
In the diet industry, I mean, both are lucrative.
And we know that because of whether you want to say social media or the food that we have in this country, that, you know, kids are taking longer to mature. So it's like, even though they're 18, they're still a lot younger. It's not, an 18-year-old in 1960 is a lot more mature and grown up than an 18-year-old today. And they go, they're legal adults, so they go to the doctor, and the doctor's like, of course, you'll look great. Do this and that and this. And then
how are they paying for it?
Taking loans out.
Sometimes charity organizations, private, like, charity organizations pay for it themselves.
Yeah, and banks will just give Bank of America announced they're giving home loans to people of color, and you don't there's nothing you need to do to qualify other than be a person of color. So it's like the banks are in on it too. They're getting you tied up.
Yeah, but they're not doing that for plastic surgery, are they?
If they did, that would be pretty.
I hope not.
I don't think they're doing that for plastic surgery.
I hope not. But you do see people that are pretty much middle class afford these extremely expensive surgeries, and they're teenagers. So it's like, who's paying for it? You know, where's that money coming
NGOs.
from? Or they're indebting themselves.
BlackRock.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of it could be for people that are looking to create. Remember, a lot of this next generation no longer looks at the idea of being an influencer as some pie in the sky idea. They write it down as their actual career goal. So you could think of it for the ones that are the most cynical, that they look at spending that money on their physical appearance, whether it's body dysmorphia or not. They look at it as an investment on their future because they want to be as camera ready as possible.
It's just so
Celebrities
disgusting.
do that all the time. Celebrities spend thousands upon hundreds of thousands of dollars to make their bodies look a certain way, not just with plastic surgery, but like you said, Juvederm, any type of filler, things like that. Personal trainers, obviously, but I'm saying their body, their image, how they look is core to their business model.
It's 100% true, and I can relate in a way because I got LASIK, and that's not a cosmetic surgery. I couldn't see, but I won't lie and say
you're very young to be a LASIK patient.
I was tired of wearing glasses.
No,
I want
to get LASIK. I'm eventually going to do it.
They usually encourage you to wait a lot
You just have
longer.
to make sure your eyes haven't changed. I think it's 2 years. So the last however many appointments, my eyes hadn't changed. They hadn't gotten worse. But I got LASIK done, and there's an element to that. It's like, yes, I want to be able to see without wearing glasses, but it's like, glasses aren't a part of my wardrobe anymore. So that does cross your mind. So I understand what you're saying, Brett, that, it is an investment in my future. I wasn't just thinking about the next day waking up and seeing. I was thinking about the next summer I can swim without wearing glasses and stuff so that's absolutely the case. People are thinking ahead and investing in themselves.
Yep.
In a bad way.
It's okay, then I'll ask one question before we move on. Would be, how would either of you work culturally to change the perception of people's perceptions of themselves so that they no longer felt the need to get plastic surgery done to change how they look?
Have you seen these clips of the most busted girls going on whatever and saying they're 10s?
Yeah.
Where are we at right now with our self-perception? Be realistic. Not have some humility, because I'm sure
Mary, we've been telling women for decades that they're perfect just the way they are. So how are we supposed to, what are we supposed to say? Are we supposed to tell them not to believe it now? You're perfect just the way you are. You're a princess. You deserve, so what if you're fat and ugly? You deserve a prince who's 6 feet tall and makes six figures.
It should have never been that. It should have been
you were adequate the way you are.
Well, maybe not adequate, but you have inherent value other than how you look. Like, that's
well, you know,
just a
I think
fact.
religion
They
plays.
they just forgot that we're stupid and they didn't specify what they meant by that. Damn it!
Or was it a
They weren't
deception the
yeah.
whole time?
I think religion plays a role in it because growing up in a religious household, like that comes up. Like God, like created you in this way, right?
Sketch
so it's
therapy.
like,
Are they talking about? Oh, they're talking about my eyes are 2 different colors. He said most
That's
people
cool.
would kill for 2 different color eyes. It's like yeah. Did you know that on my license for years I just there wasn't a form to fill it out, so I just wrote blue. I don't have either. Neither of them are blue.
how rare
off.
is that? What do they
One
call that again?
Heterochromia.
Heterochromia.
Yeah.
But I one's hazel, one's brown, so I just put
That's
blue.
so cool.
Now they have one.
Kellen, what were you saying
About what?
before we got on that?
Oh,
You were saying something. I don't know.
I don't even remember.
People just don't have a realistic
This is
perception
touchy
of how they
subject
for
look
me.
anymore. But at the same time, like, I've seen statistics that say people who are objectively rated by other people as below average still see themselves as average or above average. People who are objectively rated as above average rate themselves the exact same way as like average.
Yeah.
Everyone sees themselves as average, which is probably the more healthy mindset to have.
I mean,
regardless of how you objectively look. So where are all these people getting the idea that they're 10s?
They're also
that's not
looking for the most extreme examples to put on these shows. So
Yeah.
we're algorithmically
yes.
controlled to believe that
But
that's
it's like
normal.
ugly in real life. Ugly people think they're average. Hot people also think they're average.
Yeah.
That's probably the best thing for everyone.
I hope so. You know, I hope people are actually like. I think too many people think negatively of themselves because they aren't this or that, which is wrong. But I hope people think that they're like, I'm normal. Like that's a great mindset to have. Like I'm a
Yeah.
normal person. Cool.
It's not really
awesome.
desirable to be normal.
But I also
anymore.
we shouldn't like do a scale on 1 to 10. I mean, I know that's been around forever, but it's like, you know, what is a 10? Can you guys tell me what a 10 looks like?
Well, a lot of people will ignore the fact that it's a subjective question anyways.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there are objective metrics.
And women
but-
are like women are beautiful in different ways. Men are, I guess, handsome in different ways. So it's like a 10, like
I got
It's
it.
stupid.
Everybody just get plastic surgery. That's how you become 10s.
shave your head,
No,
shave
that's
your
how you-
eyebrows,
That's
and
how
wear
you
gray.
literally go down in the
Yes.
scale.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.